This is Win News.
Tonight, traffic banks back for kilometres as floodwaters close a bridge in Dubbo. An early morning downpour in Parkes keeps the SES on high alert. And a former priest from St Stanislaus College pleads guilty to sexual abuse. Good evening, I'm Jeff Phillips. Major roads are blocked across the region tonight after yet another day of heavy rain. There's water over the Mitchell Highway blocking the road between Molong and Wellington, while the road between Parkes and Manildra is also closed. Drivers around Dubbo are being praised for their patience after a day of widespread delays. For the second day, a major bridge was cut by floodwaters. Cars banked up for 4 kilometres after the high-volume traffic from the Newell Highway was diverted through the streets of Dubbo.
Burrendong Dam is designed as a buffer to stop the impact of major flooding. But yesterday, when it reached 139% capacity, the tough decision had to be made to make major releases. Now at the main dam wall, water is being released at the rate of 40,000 megalitres a day. Despite that, the level of the dam has climbed again to 146%. In Dubbo, the Macquarie was already flowing much higher than usual, with water coming into the main channel from the tributaries of the Bell River and Talbragar, before the extra flows from Burrendong kicked in. But when the 4-lane bridge on the Newell Highway was closed, this is what happened to traffic. The maths of getting huge amounts of traffic over a 2-lane bridge didn't add up.
This one behind us would carry 20,000 vehicles a day, and the LH Ford Bridge 15,000 vehicles a day, and I guess when you get 35,000 vehicles a day trying to go over the LH Ford Bridge, you've really got 6 lanes of traffic constrained down to 2 lanes of traffic.
The traffic problems are set to continue if, as expected, State Water continues to have high releases from Burrendong.
Even though it's looking like we possibly might be able to open it for a while later today, the way the river's dropping, but I would think sometime over the weekend we're probably going to have to close it again.
Police and council authorities in Dubbo have been kept busy with road closures across the region. They're warning locals to stay well clear of the flooded Macquarie. Alan Reader, Win News.
The Parkes community is busy cleaning up tonight following a full day of heavy rain and thunderstorms which saw many homes inundated with flash flooding. The SES fears the situation may get worse with more rain expected next week.
A huge storm and torrential rain lashed Parkes early this morning, bringing 106 millimetres of rain. The Parkes and Peak Hill SES crews quickly swung into action, preparing sandbags and responding to a run of calls for assistance.
We have some flash flooding. There's a lot of water on the roads. We've undertaken 5 rescues to date with vehicles stranded in floodwater.
Those motorists were attempting to cross this torrent on the road between Parkes and Orange when they ran into trouble. Around 10 homes were inundated with flash flooding and leaking roofs. The Billabong Creek was completely covering the 2-metre flood indicator sign. Some locals say they've never seen it as high. This property on the Newell Highway backs onto the Billabong Creek. The owners only moved in 3 weeks ago, so they were listening to advice from their neighbours to sandbag some new levee banks to help divert the rising water away from their home.
The guy across the road, he's got a levee bank around his creek as well, and he's concerned that the water coming down from Parkes is just going to burst straight through it. So he's put up a few hundred sandbags around his place.
The Henry Parkes Way between Parkes and Manildra was closed early this morning due to water running right across the road. Local drivers travelling to Orange were forced to divert through Eugowra. The SES is urging all drivers to stay away from floodwaters.
People are just entering water which looks like it's okay, but floodwater can be faster flowing and deeper than expected.
These local kids made the most of the downpour, dragging out the boogie board as a local park became an instant backyard beach. The SES says they're expecting to be very busy over the weekend and into the new week, with the Weather Bureau predicting more rain tonight and next week. Kira Ballinger, Win News.
A further 50 millimetres of rain in Young overnight has caused major dramas for the cherry capital. At least 4 schools were closed and 30 road closures made. The Olympic Highway was closed north of Young with traffic diverted to the Henry Lawson Way. There's also a report of a vehicle being washed into a creek on Telegraph Road. This vision, shot by Gary Cummings, shows how full a local weir was today. A watchful eye is being kept on Chinaman's Dam in case it overflows into the creek. A former